What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. We know that Justin Trudeau's party has been falling apart for a long time. In fact, we've reported on this channel about the Bloc threatening to call an early election. We've heard rumors again throughout the summer. Quick recap of MPs in the caucus that were furious that Justin Trudeau wouldn't speak with them, apparently holding secret backyard meetings at Crystia Freeland's house. We heard denial from Stephen Guilbeault that he was telling Crystia Freeland, in fact, that she should be the next Prime Minister of Canada. I've been saying for months that rats are fleeing the sinking ship. Everyone said it's not going to happen. They will believe it when I see it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's upon us now. Again, this all kind of started in a chain reaction when we look at what happened in the riding of St. Paul's in Toronto, where, again, a Conservative MP overtook a Liberal stronghold, winning that riding. The writing has been on the wall for a long time, especially when you look at the polls and see over a 20-point gain for Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, that things just aren't looking good for the Liberals. Now, we've heard as of today that four Liberal MPs, will not be seeking re-election. They're going to be leaving the sinking ship. Now, one quote that I do want to pull up right away, we're going to jump right into it here. Marty up north saying, one rat is confirmed. I'm not sure if he's talking about the compromised MPs. I'm assuming rat in terms of the sinking ship again. But I want to show out Carla Qualtrough. Again, these MPs don't matter. They're people you don't know. They're people that you wouldn't recognize. They're not the usual frontline Liberal MPs. But what you're seeing here is a lot of what is going to be the norm moving forward. We've talked about this letter that supposedly is circulating where up to 30 MPs were going to request that Justin Trudeau step down. Essentially, there's a mutiny in the Liberal Party. But here we go. Statement from the Honourable. Again, I hate how they put that in front of anything. It's just ridiculous. Carla Qualtrough, MP. It was with mixed emotions, big feelings, as my son would say, that I recently advised the Prime Minister that I would not be running in the next election. It has been an incredible honour to have served the people of Delta and Canada as MP and Cabinet Minister for the last 9 years. Again, ever since Justin Trudeau decided to storm his way into destroying Canada. Delta is a wonderful community. Deltans are caring and resilient. Thank you for putting your trust in me and my team. I've probably padded my pockets for years, but you have invited us into your lives and shared your triumphs and challenges as well as your incomes. We've done great things together. I'm also grateful to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau for putting his trust in me from day one. Blah, 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 blah. It is time to move on, and I'm excited to see what comes next. Again, typical jargon, word salad. I'm stepping down. Nobody's going to say it's Justin Trudeau. It's his failed leadership. But what we're seeing today from Global News, 4 more Liberal cabinet ministers not seeking re-election, say sources. Now, what you have to take from this is that everybody has said, it's just rumors, it's just circulating. What you have to understand, this is a mainstream prostitute website. These are government-paid shill prostitutes. This topic is not going away on their websites and hasn't ever since summer. And if they're talking about it, they know more than we know. And their editors are probably only letting them break what they feel is appropriate to break. But let's get into this article. 4 more federal cabinet ministers will not run in the next election, Global News has learned, which is expected to prompt another shuffle in the cabinet in the coming weeks, if they even get there. Don't forget, we can't even work in Parliament these days thanks to Skippy. The growing exodus is another challenge for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Liberals after more than a year of slumping poll numbers and recent by-election losses in recent weeks, as well as reports of growing internal caucus discontent over the past week. That's called a mutiny. There's a mutiny in the Liberal Party. Philomena Tassi, who serves as Minister of Economic Development for Southern Ontario and Northern Affairs Minister Dan Vandal, both confirmed Thursday they have informed Trudeau of their decision not to run again. So there's 3 of them out front, the one we just looked at, and these 2 gentlemen. Both ministers were elected in 2015. Vandal was named Northern Affairs Minister in 2019. Gentleman and a woman, while Tassi served multiple cabinet roles since 2018, including a seniors minister and labor minister. As well, a senior government source says National Revenue Minister Marie-Claude Bibeau and Sports Minister Carla Qualtrough, again, that we talked about earlier, both of whom have been in cabinet since the first Liberal government was elected in 2015, are also not running for re-election. Qualtrough had previously told Global News as recently as last week she had planned to run again. So again, this decision was made in the last 7 days. And is it any coincidence that in these last 7 days, we've talked about this letter circulating that MPs are going to request Justin to stand down, that they're going to essentially boot him out, even though they can't boot him out. It is a mutiny. So in the last 7 days, something that's either very damning to the Liberal Party or something with the writing on the walls has told these MPs it's time to jump ship. Now, what you have to put into perspective as well as MPs is that these people have teams, they have assistants, they have handlers, they have people who manage their political careers. They're looking at next election as well and their and their ability to retain their seats. If you're in the Liberal Party, that's an automatic death note, it seems, these days, because you can't survive another election. The Liberal Party, I feel, is on its way to non-party status come the next election. That's how much damage Justin Trudeau has done. But the thing to take away from this is that one of the reasons these people are jumping ship is because their people have told them that more than likely their riding is going to go to a Conservative. So this should tell you just that despite polls, despite what we see out there in the media, Pierre could be getting more seats than what they're even projecting right now. This could be a landslide victory for Pierre Poilievre and a majority government. It says here, the source said all 4 calls were made weeks ago and that they were planned and personal. The situation is that it's important that I'm closer to home, so that's completely within the decision it's rooted in, Tassi told Global News in an interview. Tassi has shuffled her most recent cabinet position in 2022 after her husband suffered 2 strokes the year before, which prompted her to request to spend more time in her southern Ontario riding. Again, Ontario's losing their seats left, right, and center. In a statement posted on social media, Vandal, who is Métis, not that that matters, and the only Indigenous person in Trudeau's cabinet, commented Trudeau for unmatched steps the government has taken with Indigenous people towards reconciliation. How about clean drinking water? How about real problems? I fully support your continued leadership as Prime Minister, he wrote. 2 other ministers, Seamus O'Regan and Pablo Rodriguez, resigned from cabinet earlier this year. 7 more MPs have left Parliament entirely, including past cabinet ministers Carolyn Bennett, David Lametti, and Mark Garneau, not to mention multiple others. With so many cabinet ministers, Trudeau will have to draft in fresh faces for the Liberal backbenches to fill the newly vacant cabinet posts. They're about to all be vacant. Many existing cabinet members have been given additional portfolios to juggle. Temperature of Bennett and Lametti led to by-elections for their respective, or the departure, was the by-elections of Toronto and Montreal area ridings that the Liberals lost after holding them for decades, further darkening the Liberals' prospects for the next election. Again, their assistants, their people are telling them the odds of you winning another election are slim to none. At least that's speculation on my part. At least 2 Liberal MPs have publicly said it's time for Trudeau to step aside and make way for a new leader. Growing internal revolt is also playing out in private. Global News has also learned up to 30 MPs signing a secretive document urging Trudeau must go. The document has not been signed or even circulated among cabinet ministers who have unanimously stood by Trudeau in public. The revolt is expected to be discussed at the next Liberal caucus meeting on this upcoming Wednesday. So we'll see what happens next week. One Liberal MP, Chandra Arya, wrote an email this week to caucus viewed by Global News urging his colleagues trying to unseat Trudeau to stop and consider the damage it may create. To an extent, yes. I mean, if you're all having a mutiny against your leader, it doesn't speak well for the party or the unification of your party as a whole. It basically says that everything's up in chaos, and anybody who's voting for these people, if they had any shred of hope that they knew what they were doing or were organized or had Canadians' actual cares at stake. I know there's still supposedly 20 some odd % of Canadians who believe in these Liberal MPs. This essentially says that they're not able to do their jobs. They're not able to work. They're not able to provide what they claim they're going to provide. Nobody buys what they're selling, in other words. One Liberal MP said that I foresee a vicious battle for leadership which will fracture the fragile party structure and vastly different ideas and personalities, Ira wrote. The results will be disastrous. I think we're already there. I really don't see a scenario here where things get better for the Liberals. The Liberals also had to replace the party's national campaign director after he resigned last month. There's another hit to them. The government has survived 2 confidence votes put forward by the Conservatives since Parliament returned in mid-September, but the Bloc has given the Liberals until the end of October to meet its legislative demands or lose its support in future confidence motions. What they're not mentioning in this article, again, paid shill prostitutes, is that Blanchet has already said he's entertaining offers from other parties. He's willing to call sooner than the end of October, although we're getting into mid-October now, so I mean, any day now. Essentially, we could see something coming up. The Conservatives have vowed to keep introducing matters of non-confidence at every opportunity until the House of Commons breaks for Christmas. I think they're going to be breaking sooner than that. Forgive me for my misspeech here. I do still believe that Justin Trudeau is going to prorogue Parliament. I think that his party is going to lash out against him, and all hell's going to break loose. The ship, if this was the Titanic, the ship has broken in half, the rudders are up in the air, and Justin Trudeau is smacking the propeller on the way down as the ship is very quickly sinking into the ocean, never to be seen again. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure to hit that button and join us as we are quickly ramping up to 50,000 subscribers here on the channel. Hit your bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel each and every Friday night, including tonight, as I sit down with my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, and we go over all the things that have happened this week in politics, as well as some back and forth within the community and some cool news articles and stories that maybe don't make the cutting room floor when it comes to political videos on the main Monday to Friday scale. So it's always a good time to hang out. We have some cool chats with you, the viewers, outside of making these videos, and we both look forward to chatting with you guys each and every Friday here on the channel, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, every Friday here on the YouTube channel. I hope to see you guys all there. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I know I will. I'll catch you on the next one.